Evanston Outlaw Baseball is live on the radio at 99.1 FM KNYN and online at mylocalradio.com. This year, Wyoming Legion AA Baseball is the show. Follow the Wyoming Legion Post 41 Evanston Outlaws throughout the summer as we bring you live video and play-by-play coverage. Being brought to you by Dr. Todd Huber Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Mountain West Business Solutions, Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, Bear River Dental of Evanston, and Black Sport Dental of Mountain View, Ellingford Brothers, Uinta County School District Number 1, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, the Legal Tender Restaurant and Best Western Dunmar Inn, the Evanston Recreation Center, the Littlest Wood Shop, Come On In of Casper, Plains Tire, Arrowhead Dental, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Dr. McKay Franken, First Bank of Evanston, and by Auto Farm Chevrolet. With the first pitch quickly approaching, let's head to the diamond.
Welcome back to Cedar High School and Cedar City, beautiful Red Rock country, for the championship game of the Cedar Summer Showdown. The Outlaws went 2-2. Needed to win against Cedar earlier today to assure their spot, but things worked out, and Evanston snuck its way into this championship game. Crimson Cliffs won twice today. Parowan split today and lost to Crimson Cliffs. So you had Evanston, Crimson Cliffs, and Parowan with 2-2 records. Canyon View 1-3. And so that went to the next tiebreaker, which was runs allowed. And over the course of the 4 games this weekend, the Outlaws have allowed 23. Crimson Cliffs 39. Parowan lost 10-9 against Crimson Cliffs today, so that put their run total allowed at 31. And the Outlaws win the tiebreaker of runs allowed. Now, coincidentally, they would have won the tiebreaker of runs scored as well, but we didn't have to go to that point. And Evanston is into the championship game of this Cedar Summer Showdown. We welcome you if you're tuned in on 99.1 FM, the Big Dog in Country, or maybe if you're tuned in on mylocalradio.com and watching live. I want to thank Alyssa McDaniel back in the studio. She was ready to go back into the studio at the drop of a hat and get this game on the radio. So thanks so much, Alyssa. Ryan STEINECKERT here as the Cedar Reds, of course, on their home field. They'll be the home team. And on the mound, it'll be Colby White. He played shortstop in the game earlier against Evanston, and Cedar won that game 6-4. I'll give you the Outlaws batting lineup right now. They'll be led off by Reed Gross, leading off and playing third base, followed by Connor Peterson, then Jagger Mitchell batting third, Gus Allred, the cleanup man. Ryan Fisher will bat fifth, Clayton Moyle sixth, Brendan Thompson seventh, Casey Perriman eighth, and Hank Allred will bat ninth for this Outlaws team. Cedar took a 4-0 lead in the first game earlier today. That one started about 12:30. And they went on to win 6-4. The Outlaws came from behind but never led in the game. High school rule on visits to the mound. The coach has 3 total in the game, unless he's changing the pitcher, and the catcher can go out as many times as he wants to talk with his pitcher. So Colby White on the mound, his battery mate Kaysen Crandall. And we are underway. Gross takes strike one right down the middle. 5:59. This game was scheduled for 5:30, but things got moving a little bit late from the get-go this morning. Gross takes ball one down in the dirt from Colby White, a tall right-handed pitcher. First base is number 12, Gavin Imlay. Second base, number 18, Lawson Black. He pitched and held on for the win against Evanston earlier. Gross down the right field line. This one high in the air. Braxton Torres chases, dives, and cannot make the catch. It's in fair territory, so Gross extends this to a double on the ball that fell in the outfield, right side, and the Outlaws start things off with a double. Gross asks for timeout to remove a elbow protector. Up next is Connor Peterson. The rest of the defensive lineup for Cedar, TJ Carter at third base, and number 7, Calvin Slack at short. Outfield is number 20, Teague Speakman in left, Braden Torres, number 24 in center, and Braxton Torres, number 25 in right field. Braxton there, we saw him through most of the first game shading off towards center field, and he's still shaded off towards center field. That is partly what allowed Gross to get that double in. Connor Peterson shows bunt, then pulls back and takes ball one. Good eye by Peterson. Infield playing in just a bit now, especially on the corners, with Peterson having shown bunt. Waves the bat over his right shoulder and a spin look to second base. Gross with a big lead on second. He's got some good speed. In fact, if we look at the numbers for Reed Gross, he's stolen 11 bases this season. One time caught stealing. His stealing base percentage, .917. Quick chat from Cason Crandall, the catcher, with his defense. Colby White on the mound. Again, right-handed pitcher. This is righty on righty. Outlaws will send Gus Allred to the plate momentarily. A couple batters later. Swing and a miss. Healthy cut. And White blew it past him with a fastball. Jagger Mitchell on deck. Trying to figure out the timing of Colby White as Peterson squares around, bunts, but it's deflected back to the screen, and that probably will do it for Peterson's bunt attempts. 1 ball, 2 strikes with nobody out and Reed Gross on second base. What Peterson can do, we'll see as he gets set to swing the bat probably this time. He singled twice in game 1 against Cedar and comes in with a .346 batting average. 20 RBIs, 24 runs scored on the season. The pitch from White. Peterson chops it down the third base line, foul. Coach Chad Thompson gathers it in and throws to the pitcher. White, one of the top pitchers in this rotation for the Cedar Reds. Outlaws will throw Ryan Fisher today. Threw under 30 pitches yesterday and has not pitched so far today. Peterson dribbles it back toward White on the mound. He knocks it down with a glove, picks it up barehand, throws to first just before Peterson gets there and gets the out. And essentially, Peterson does what he went up originally intending to do, move the runner over. Dribble her back to the mound almost like a bunt. And so Reed Gross is over to third base with 1 out. Jagger Mitchell comes to the plate. Jagger so far today struggled a little bit from the plate. He's 0 for 4 combined. He's been hit 3 times. That was all against Canyon View this morning. Walked once against Cedar, but other than that, flew out 3 times. Twice to left field, once to center field. Healthy cut, swing and a miss on a high fastball. Strike 1. Jagger steps back in. White, very confident in his pitching, and Jagger flies it high into shallow center field. Torres started out, then comes back in, and that's just too shallow, not deep enough for a sac fly. So Mitchell flies out to center field for the second out of the first inning. Brings Gus Allred to the plate. Reed Gross doubled to get on. Let's see if they scored that in the scorebook as a double. I didn't see that Braxton Torres, the right fielder, got a glove on it before it hit the ground. Yeah, scorebook for the Evanston Outlaws lists that as a double as well, so that's what we'll go with. So Jagger Mitchell flies out to center, brings Gus Allred to the plate. He takes ball 1 high and in. Allred comes in hitting .380. Again, 2 weeks ago when the Outlaws played at Casper, he was at .289, so his batting average up nearly 100 points, or .292 I think it was. His batting average up almost 100 points since just 2 weeks and a couple days ago. He fouls one off over the third base dugout and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, man on third for the Evanston Outlaws. This is righty on lefty, and Gus checks his swing on a high fastball. Did not go around and just missed, foul tipping that off. Almost like a slap down the third base line it would have been had he made contact. Gus steps back in. Black batting gloves, white bat. Here's the 2-1. Line drive left field. This may be too long and into the hands. No, dropped by Braxton Torres. He tried to basket catch it at the waist, and he couldn't hold on to it. So Gus Allred on first, and Reed Gross scores. Outlaws lead 1-0. That's the first lead of the day against Cedar. They did not lead in the full, 6.5, 7 innings of game 1. That one will certainly be an error on the right fielder, as he had a chance to make that catch and just couldn't do it. That's why they tell you, and in his defense, he just couldn't get in quick enough. That line drive was hit too sharply by Gus Allred, but he couldn't get in quick enough to make the catch right up about the chin or head level. And that's one of the reasons they teach you to do that as a kid working on fundamentals of baseball. It's hard to see that ball drop down and into the glove from that position. The pitch for Ryan Fisher, strike 1 down the middle. Thank Jake Hibbert just making me aware that the video froze. We'll have to see if sounds like some audio's sounding a little bit funny as well. I know we're dealing with some heat issues with the equipment, so we'll try to get that figured out over the break. Fisher takes ball 1 up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fisher takes ball 2 down low and away from Colby White. Outlaws on the board with 1 run, 1 hit so far in the top of the first inning. 2 balls, 1 strike. Gus Allred on first, takes the lead, inches out a little further. Could be a dangerous lead, but White doesn't give him too much of a mind. And Fisher fouls it back up over the screen, and I think on the roof. Of this press box. So Fisher with 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Chokes up just a bit on the bat and rips it into left field, just foul down the line. That was a pretty hit. Speakman got there in a hurry, but it would have been for sure at least a single, and Allred might have been able to get around to third. Instead, we'll back up into the batter's box and do it all again. Fisher and the Outlaws wearing their blue uniforms today with the white numerals. Apologies on the sound quality issues. Again, are aware of that, and we'll work on that between the top and bottom of this inning. I have to reset some things on the computer, so I won't just do it right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Outlaws up 1-0. Reed Gross doubled to lead off and then got around to third, and Allred hit a line drive into right field that was dropped. Short, or a grounder to shortstop. The throw not in time. Oh, it was in time. They get the out. Fisher, I thought, had beat the throw, but no. And good throw by Calvin Slack. Charges, makes the throw, and gets the out. So Evanston gets 1 run, 1 hit on 1 error, and leaves 1 stranded. 1-0 Outlaws on the First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio. Check.
When someone says sleep apnea, it usually conjures up stereotype images. This is Dr. Jonathan Morgan. The fact is that sleep apnea affects people of all ages and occurs when there is an involuntary pause of breath during sleep. Are you always tired? At Arrowhead Dental, we offer oral appliance therapy as an effective, non-invasive treatment for certain types of sleep apnea. Schedule an appointment to take a simple in-home test. Visit arrowheaddentalwy.com today.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
Bottom of the first inning, and the Outlaws lead 1-0. did something already in this game they could not do in Game 1 against Cedar earlier today. That was actually Game 4 for Evanston of this tournament, and Cedar took a 4-0 lead in the first and led the entire way of that first game. The Outlaws have a 1-0 lead here in Game 2. It's the championship game of the Cedar Summer Showdown. Our broadcast is brought to you in part by Jen's Life Photography in Evanston. She's a local photographer, and whether it's family portraits you need or senior pictures, capture the moment with Jen's Life Photography. I know a lot of folks may be starting to think about senior pictures for this upcoming fall school year. Call Jen's Life Photography at 801-289-6161. It's a Utah number, but she's a local Evanstonian. 801-289-6161 for Jen's Life Photography. Ryan Fisher on the mound, leading off. Calvin Slack, the shortstop, made that final out of the first inning for Evanston, right down the middle and down at the knees. Strike one from Fisher. Batting second will be the right fielder, Braxton Torres. Pitcher Colby White will bat third, and then cleanup is number 20, Teague Speakman, the left fielder. Breaking ball drops a little too low, ball one. Outlaws defensively, Ryan Fisher on the mound, Hank Allred behind the plate. Gus Allred at first, Brendan Thompson at second, Reed Gross at third, and the shortstop, Jagger Mitchell. Slack steps back in. Yellow bat, black handle, but yellow barrel, fouls it off over the first base dugout. Outfield, left to right for Evanston, Clayton Moyles, Connor Peterson, and Casey Perriman. Two lefties in that Evanston outfield. Moyles and Peterson. Moyles and Perriman. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fisher kicks, deals, strike three. Caught him looking. Breaking ball coming in tight and then drops back up over the plate. And that's strike three. Punch out for Calvin Slack brings Braxton Torres to the plate with 1 out and nobody on. Torres hits left. Fisher winds, deals, outside corner, strike one, right at the belt. I was talking to Chad Thompson for just a brief moment before this game. And I said, man, you look like a genius keeping Ryan Fisher available for this game, where he pitched just under 30 pitches yesterday in an appearance against Crimson Cliffs, went, I think, 3 innings in the game, and then did not pitch earlier today. So Outlaws, one of the top 3 pitchers in the rotation available for this championship game. He misses inside, ball 1, misses outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to Braxton Torres. He went 2 for 4 in the game earlier today. Didn't score any runs, but or no RBIs, but scored twice, did Torres. Red bat from the left side of the plate, misses or lets one go up high. Fisher missed high and outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Fisher steps back on. Ryan comes in with a 1.77 ERA, 3-1 record. Here's the 3-1 inside, nope, off the corner, ball 4. And Braxton Torres earns a 5-pitch walk with 1 down, bringing Colby White to the plate. White, the pitcher, in high school rules here in Utah, you can DH for pretty much anybody. And so the DH will come up, is batting 7th, Brecken Campbell, and he's the DH for third baseman, TJ Carter. Colby White, not a guy that Coach Fieldstead wants to take out of the lineup, the batting lineup, and he's hit by the first pitch he sees from Ryan Fisher, high and inside. Puts runners on first and second. And Fisher looks over to White, gives him a thumbs up in apologies. Say, we good? Yeah, we're good. Brings Teague Speakman to the plate, dangerous hitter. Had an RBI double his first at bat in the game earlier today between these two teams. Outlaws ready for that. Connor Peterson telling Clayton Moyles in left field, hey, come shift a little bit more toward left field. Let's get off that line and make it a little bit tougher on Speakman. The way he hit that first double in game 1 between these teams makes you think he could hit from anywhere, or hit 2 just about anywhere. Braxton Torres steals third base. Hank Allred sleeping a little bit on that steal. So that puts runners on the corners with 1 down. Evanston leads 1-0. Speakman took ball 1. That one was low. Fisher winds, deals. Speakman pops it over the backstop and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck, Kaysen Crandall, the catcher. Then we'll have center fielder Braden Torres, designated hitter Brecken Campbell, first baseman Gavin Imlay, and second baseman Lawson Black. Fisher leaning in. whips it over to first, and back in time, Colby White. Torres was hit by a pitch, moved to second on Colby White's being hit by a pitch, and then Torres stole third. So we got runners on the corners. Hank Allred wants a timeout to go talk with Ryan Fisher. We'll take this opportunity to thank another one of our sponsors, Union Wireless at 148 Front Street in Evanston. Treating you like a neighbor, not a number. That's Union Wireless. You can visit unionwireless.com or call them today, 888-926-2273. That's 888-926-2273 for Union Wireless. Speakman steps back in. Right-handed hitter waits, and Fisher misses low. Ball 2. Breaking ball dropped too far into the dirt. Allred did a nice job to keep that in front of him. A pass ball, and Braxton Torres likely scores from third. Fisher looks in, glances over his right shoulder at the runner, then whips the throw over there. Allred applies the tag, but too late. White back in safe. Outlaws baseball here on mylocalradio.com, and you can also listen on 99.1 FM, the big dog in country. Fisher winds, deals, hit and run, a long fly ball into deep left field. This one may be gone. It is. Teague Speakman with a 3-run shot over the left field fence. He took Fisher deep. That'll score 3 runs and put CEDAR back on top. Speakman got his walk-up song before the at-bat and after the at-bat. And he walks to the dugout after the round trip, clapping helmets with his teammates from the plate all the way to the dugout. A 3-run homer. So that's 3 runs so far on just 1 hit in the inning. That's one way that walks and hit batsmen can really hurt you. Cason Crandall to the plate. Evanston trails 3-1. Crandall, number 9, catcher, right-handed hitter. Fisher winds, deals, and misses the outside corner for ball 1. I looked pretty close from here. Must have been just a hair outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Line drive, left field. Moyles charges in. He'll field it off of 1 hop, but a single into left for Cason Crandall. And he's on base with 1 down. And Braden Torres coming to the plate. Torres went 1 for 2 in the game earlier today against Evanston. 1 RBI, 1 run scored. Outlaws, we're feeling good about a 1-0 lead, but boy, Teague Speakman had different plans than to just stay down 1-0. A 3-run homer over the left field fence. Braden Torres at the plate, left-handed hitter, steps into the box. Fisher wipes his chin with his shoulder and delivers the pitch outside just off the corner. Torres kind of stepped out just as Fisher went into the windup and then stepped back in. Oh, the umpire heard an explanation. Said play. The catcher, the batter, thought he said wait. It was the 1-0 down in the dirt. Did they not count that first pitch then? Well, that's probably good for Fisher because it was a ball. It would have been 2-0 instead of 1-0. We'll see if the umpire gives us a date to double check that. Crandall on first, takes his lead, throw over there. 3-1, CEDAR on top. They put up a 4 spot in the first game of the day against Evanston and won the game 6-4. Fisher again throws to first. That squirts away from Allred. Fisher winds, deals, and misses high. Ball 2. I'm not sure what's going on with our equipment. Sounds like our the sound audio quality just dropped again. Looks like our video froze as well. Video back up and running. We'll fix the audio again between innings. Ball 3 upstairs for Torres. Throw over to first base. Ooh, almost got Crandall. Yeah, this thing's pretty hot. That may be contributing. to our video freezing and the other sound issues we're having. So a 3-0 count for Torres, and Fisher misses outside, ball 4. And not on his usual game today. And can't help but wonder that, or can't help but think that this heat playing a factor on the Evanston Outlaws. That's not to take away from the quality of team that the Cedar Reds put on the field. But Evanston, the last time they played in 93, 95 degree heat, maybe last year when they came here to Cedar. Just don't see this kind of heat. And it takes its toll. I know when I laid down on the bed last night after a day in the shade, not the heat of the sun, I was beat. Fisher kicks and deals. Outside corner. Ooh, again, from here that looks like strike 1, but nope, it's just off the plate. Ball 1. Brecken Campbell, the designated hitter at the plate. White batting gloves, right-handed hitter. Laces one into center field. Outlaws come up throwing for home. It gets away from the cutoff man, but dribbles into Hank Allred, and Brecken Campbell with a single loads the bases. Kason Crandall to third, Braden Torres to second. Brings Gavin Imlay to the plate. He went 0 for 0 in that first game earlier today. Walked twice and was hit by a pitch, had an RBI. That first walk he earned was with the bases loaded and scored a run. 1 out, bases loaded. Cedar already leads 3-1. Fisher winds and deals right down the middle of the plate, strike 1. An outside corner not getting the strike calls there, so Fisher has to go a little more over the middle of the plate. Maybe work inside a bit. Imlay fouls it back to the screen. And the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Fisher looking in, Imlay awaits. The 0-2 line drive right or left side, and again foul. Just chipped it back to the screen. Outlaws took a 1-0 lead after Reed Gross doubled in the first. Here in the bottom of the first inning, Braxton Torres walked, Colby White was hit by a pitch, and Teague Speakman hit them both home with a 3-run homer. Moyles looks, or Allred looks to first, or looks to home, throws to first, and they'll call him safe. Oh. All right, so Gavin Imlay on. Not sure if you call that an error on the first baseman. It was Gus Allred who picked it up, looked home, didn't have time, then threw to first, and the throw got there late. So the bases remain loaded, and another run scores in Kason Crandall. Everybody else advances 1 base as well. And that was a play the Outlaws needed to get an out on. Coach Chad Thompson comes in to chat with his pitcher, so I'll take a moment and fix our audio issue. Hoping that fixes the audio issue right there. Outlaws in a jam. 4 runs in the inning for the Cedar Reds. Teague Speakman with a 3-run homer, and then Kason Crandall just scored on that last play. Gonna mark that down as a first or a single for Gavin Imlay, so that's an RBI single. Fisher looking in and delivers to Lawson Black, up high, ball 1. 9th hitter in this Reds lineup. Black came in to pitch in that first game and threw 4 innings. Ball 2 upstairs from Fisher. And after the visit from Coach Thompson, Fisher a little bit slow to get back into finding the strike zone. 2 balls, no strikes. Now finds it inside corner and at the knees. Strike 1 to Black. Outlaws in the infield on the corners playing in, just inside the base paths. Fisher misses way up high, and it pops out of Hank Allred's glove, out back toward the screen, but not very far, so runners stay put. Braden Torres at third, Brecken Campbell at second, Gavin Imlay at first. 3 balls, 1 strike. Fisher delivers, line drive back up the middle. That'll score a run. Peterson bobbles it to pick it up. Now throws, and Gus Allred cut off, bobbled to the ground. 2-run score on a single from Lawson Black. And the Reds, boy, they've come out hitting. Gavin Imlay over to second on Lawson Black's 2-run single. And the Reds running away with this first inning, 6-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Back to the plate, Calvin Slack for his second at-bat of the inning. He struck out looking to start this first inning. Yellow barrel, black-handled bat, swing and a miss, strike 1. Fisher has not struggled like this all season long. Again, came in with a 1.77 ERA. Hasn't got a few calls on the outside corner I think he normally expects to get. Misses down low on the breaking ball. And so that's narrowed the strike zone a little bit. Fisher says, was that too low? The umpire says yes, and Fisher goes, okay, I got you. Still trying to figure out that strike zone. That's interesting. We're 35 pitches in, 9 and the 10th batter in, and Fisher still not quite sure where the strike zone is. Misses way up high with that pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 down. Outlaws come into this game at 21-16 overall. They'd gone 2-2 leading up to this contest. Calvin Slack steps back in, right-handed hitter. Thin righty with white batter's gloves. Runners going, and strike 2 on a swing and a miss. Low to Hank Allred. And the runners were both going. They both steal without a throw. Still 1 down and runners on second and third. 6 players in a row got on base and scored for the Cedar Redmen. The next 2 could make it 8 in a row if they score. Sharp grounder to short. Jagger scoops it up. No time to throw to home, so he throws to first and gets the out. Another run scores in Gavin Imlay. And Calvin Slack earns an RBI on a ground out to short. That brings Braxton Torres to the plate. Torres walked and scored earlier in this inning. That's 7-1. Cedar with the lead on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Left-handed hitter Braxton Torres fouls it straight back to the backstop. His first pitch earlier this inning was strike 1. And then he saw 4 straight balls and walked. Fisher kicks and deals, misses down in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here in this marathon of a first inning thanks to the Cedar bats. And a couple of walks as well. Fisher winds, deals, high fly ball, deep left center field. Moyles drifting to his left, reaches up and makes the catch and ends the first inning. Fly out to left field, but 7 in a row score. Braxton Torres through Gavin Imlay, and Cedar leads 7-1. Second inning coming up on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
Hello, this is Dr. McKay Frankham. As a dentist in Evanston for over 20 years now, my mission has always been to provide quality dental care for people of all ages at reasonable prices. I'm a detail-oriented person, and it's important to me to stay current on new dental procedures and protocols that can help my patients have the best experience and have the best results. Over the years, I've also worked to keep my overhead low so that I can pass those savings on to my patients. I believe everyone deserves quality dental care. Please call us today at 307-789-8910.
Do you really think you can get a better deal on a vehicle in the city? Poppycock! Rocky Mountain Yeti is hungry for your business and will beat any bona fide deal on any vehicle, or they'll give it to you as a gift. Now that's legendary. Rocky Mountain Yeti Evanston, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile legendary warranty. where legendary customer service is not a myth.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Back to the action quickly here at Cedar High, and Clayton Moyles takes ball one up high, strike one on the inside corner, fouls it back to the screen to make it 1 ball, 2 strikes. Back out for his second inning of work, Colby White. Outlaws got a hit and a run in that first inning and were feeling pretty good until Cedar put up a 7 spot, a touchdown on the scoreboard. Cedar leads 7-1. Moyles waits and takes ball 2 outside. No question there. Moyles, a .354 average coming in, 22 RBIs, 29 runs scored, and the Outlaws need a whole bunch of those at this point, trailing by 6. Ball 3, way up high and outside again. Fills the count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. I had Colby White throwing 20 pitches in the first inning, 5 so far here in the second as he kicks and deals inside and misses ball 4 to Clayton Moyles. Outlaw fans happy to have a leadoff man on the base paths. Brings Brennan Thompson to the plate. .337 average with 43 RBIs. That leads the team. Jagger Mitchell second with 39. Thompson steps in, then back out, and looks down to third base to see what the signal is from Coach Chad Thompson. Casey Perriman on deck. The Reds have batted through, and then 2 more batters in that first inning. They batted 11 men. Thompson takes strike 1 on an off-speed pitch that drops in over the plate. Thompson's first at-bat. He's 7th in the Outlaws batting order. I feel like it was long enough ago. I should reset the Reds' defensive lineup. Colby White on the mound. Kaysen Crandall behind the dish, his battery mate. There's the 0-1 that misses low and away, ball 1. Gavin Imlay on first. Lawson Black, second baseman. TJ Carter at third, and Calvin Slack, the shortstop. Outfield left to right is Teague Speakman, Braden Torres, and Braxton Torres for this Cedar Reds team. Braden Torres shaded off toward left from his spot in center. Clayton Moyles running for second base. The throw high, and Moyles in standing up with the steal. That may put take some pressure off of Thompson. In right field, Braxton Torres. I should mention that was ball 2. You may have heard the umpire call out 2-1. Braxton Torres in right field. Again, shaded off towards center, so there's a big gap down that right field line. Thompson takes ball 3 upstairs. It was a fastball that just came in too high for Colby White. He'll take a little bit of a stroll back around to the backside of the mound, and then step back up on the rubber from the stretch with Clayton Moyles on second. The pitch for Thompson, outside corner. Oh, I thought that was strike 2. Fisher's not getting those calls, so I guess Colby White shouldn't either. But, man, from this spot, that looks like the outside corner. I got to adjust my vision a little bit, maybe get new glasses. So Brennan Thompson with a good eye, and I'm left confused. Casey Perriman to the plate, right fielder, .333 average coming into the game. Outlaws again in their blue short-sleeve jerseys. White 2 on the back and post 41 on the front. And there's that same pitch, and I tell you, that's a strike in every game I've been to this year. This is a hitter's strike zone. If the Outlaws can take advantage of it, that outside corner not there. Same pitch, strike 1. Must have been just a hair closer to cross that outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike to Perriman. 17 RBIs. He's got 38 runs scored. Has an RBI opportunity here with runners on second and third. Runner heading for third, and Moyles gunned down on what was a hit and run. Perriman couldn't get a bat on the ball, and Moyles thrown out at third base. 2-5. He'd have hell to pay if he called him safe, but I'll be honest, Moyles got to the base before the tag was applied. The tag at third, Carter just missed. Moyles got to the bag, then applied the tag. Perriman chips one down to the base, or down to the plate and back. Dead ball. And the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Brendan Thompson at first and Casey Perriman at home. The Outlaws plagued this weekend by a lot of base running errors and trying to stretch doubles into triples or singles into doubles, being caught stealing like just there. And credit Cason Crandall, the catcher, with a nice throw out to third. Perriman swings and misses, chases one outside, and the Outlaws have 2 down. Boy, this inning started out promising with a walk and then another walk, but a caught stealing and a strikeout within 2 pitches or 3 pitches, and suddenly we're down to 2 outs with 1 man on. A 7-1 lead for the Cedar Reds. Hank Allred to the plate, comes in. He's had limited action in Double-A Outlaws baseball this season. And comes in hitting .231 with 3 RBIs and 5 runs scored. High and inside, ball 1. Allred, number 7. Hits right. Colby White, a right-handed pitcher. Thompson, a safe lead at first base. Inches out just a bit further as White kicks and deals and misses outside, ball 2. White has yet to walk anybody. He's struck out 1 so far. Has walked 2 in this inning. Both Moyles and Thompson got on with walks. Up high, ball 3 for Hank Allred. White trying to nibble at the corners, and breaking ball does not break down. Maybe a changeup, off-speed something that didn't drop in. So Allred with a hitter's count, 3 balls, no strikes. Thompson on first. He walked to get there. Strike 1 right down the pipe. Allred taking all the way on the 3-0. Reed Gross on deck. He doubled in the first and came around to score the lone run of the day, or of this game, for Evanston. They lost earlier to Cedar, 6-4. White kicks and deals and hits the outside corner at the belt, strike 2. Hank Allred looks down to Coach Thompson, couple claps. Just says, get it done. Hank steps back in, open stance from the right-handed batter's box. Bat on his shoulder, then he picks it up as White kicks and misses low, ball 4. So the Outlaws content to move bases 1 station at a time with walks, if they can get it. Brings Reed Gross to the plate. He has not walked much this year. Looks like Hank Allred will get a courtesy runner in Jordan Schneider. Allred, of course, the Outlaws catcher in this game. Gross has walked 12 times this season in 80 plate appearances. He doubled earlier in this game. We got another frozen camera there, don't we? This heat getting to our equipment, not just the Outlaws. Gross takes ball 1 just a bit high. Heard a Cedar fan say, that's good, good pitch. I thought so too. Not sure where that missed. Must have been just high enough. Gross steps back in. He hits right. Colby White throws right. So it's righty on righty. Outside corner. That one caught the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gross steps back in and waits. Bat over his right shoulder. Runners on first and second. And that's ball 2. I don't know where that missed. Only place it could be, I guess, would be outside. Cason Crandall reached out to his right to make that catch with the glove. 2-1. Thompson dashes back to second base as White turned, did not throw. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Championship game of the Cedar Summer Showdown. Cedar has run away with it so far, but we're still early on. Top of the 2nd inning. Gross, high fly ball, left to right center field. Braxton Torres goes over, settles, and makes the catch. And Gross goes down with a fly out to right field. Outlaws did not get a hit, no runs, and no errors. 2 runners left stranded. 3 walks Evanston could not take advantage of. Bottom of the 2nd coming up. Cedar leads 7-1 on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when 2 roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less travel. Plains Tire, 157 Fair River Drive, Evanston.
A pass to the Evanston Rec Center gives you access to 3 amazing weight rooms. As a serious weightlifter, you can accomplish all your goals of bulking and maximizing with our complete lines of Precor, Hoist, and Troy free weight equipment. If your weightlifting is more focused on firming, toning, core, and muscle strength, then you'll enjoy the Cybex equipment weight room. Don't wait another minute to reach your weight training goals. Live your fit life with a pass to the Evanston Rec Center. Stop in today, 275 Saddle Ridge Road.
First inning, depending on who you're looking at or who you're cheering for Cedar. A great first inning. They scored 7 in that first after the Outlaws had scored 1 and led 1-0, but that lead did not last long. Reds bring Colby White to the plate to start inning number 2, the home half. White was hit by the first pitch he saw in the first inning, came around to score. He was the second of 7 consecutive batters who got on base and then came around to score for Cedar in that first inning. White almost got beamed again. I don't think that one would have gotten him a base. He would have had to lean into it to get hit. Line drive right field. That's over the first baseman and safe in there in front of Casey Perriman for a single. So Colby White sees 3 pitches in this at-bat and gets on base. Teague Speakman to the plate, a 3-run homer over the left field fence in his last at-bat. Left little doubt about whether that one would leave the yard. Speakman. Fisher whips it over to first base, and that gets past Allred. It was a low throw. A Submariner sidearm delivery, and Outlaws just not quite on their game in this one. We'll see if they can pull it together. Even if they do, they may be too much of a deficit to get back into this one, trailing 7-1. Colby White in scoring position, Teague Speakman at the plate. Fisher looks back to second. Then delivers and catches the strike zone down low as it broke down and over the plate. Speakman went 1 for 4 in the first game, an RBI double earlier today. Has 3 RBIs in this game. That 3-run homer. Fisher sidearm delivery inside, misses for ball 1. Popped out of Allred's glove and off to the side. .93 degrees this afternoon here in Cedar City, but some clouds covering just a bit. Fisher kicks, then turns. Not comfortable with something there. I have a courtesy runner for Colby White there on second base. Not sure just who that is, but Fisher deals to Speakman and misses down in the dirt. Ball 2, excuse me. Fisher looks back to second, and the runner still looking back there, then spins, throws, and that ball into, well, dribbles out towards center field. Didn't get far away from Thompson. 7-1. All 7 of those runs earned for Cedar. Fisher came in with a 1.77 ERA. That'll jump up quite a bit after today. Line drive right side. That'll get through for a single. And White rather, stops at first. Outlaws throw home to prevent Colby White's runner from scoring, and Speakman takes advantage of that throw, advances over to second base. Brings Kason Crandall to the plate. Crandall singled and scored in the first. That was a left single into left field. He came up with the bases cleared after Speakman had hit his home run. No outs. Bottom of just the second inning, and Cedar with a 7-1 lead, threatening again. 2 runners in scoring position and the number 5 hitter at the plate. Crandall went 1 for 4 in the first game, an RBI and a run scored. Right-handed hitter. He's catching in this second game. Takes ball 1 low and away. Hank Allred does a nice job to block it and keep it in front of him. Fisher looking in. Crandall, right-handed hitter, waits and swings and misses on an inside fastball. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike for Crandall. Fisher hits the sign, comes set, ball just in front of the belt, pitches high and in, breaking ball that just doesn't drop over the plate. Just about caught Kason Crandall in the ear. He'll step back in, 2 balls and 1 strike, no outs, runners on second and third, and a 7-1 Cedar Reds lead on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. The 2-1 line drive right at the shortstop. Jagger catches, throws to third, misfired on the throw, and Reed Gross has to dive out to make the catch and keep that ball from getting away from him. So the Outlaws miss the chance at a double play, and that brings Braden Torres to the plate with 1 down. And men on second and third. Unfortunate there because, boy, I could have put this end of the second inning so much closer. Instead, Braden Torres to the plate, walked and scored in the first. It was a 4-pitch walk. He's a lefty, swings and misses. Already 1 strike more than he saw in his first at bat. Outside corner. First base empty. Fisher nods, kicks, and deals misses outside. That breaking ball he's found the strike zone with it a couple of times, but for a righty on lefty, that one was way too far outside. He wants it to break back in and just catch the outside corner. The 1-1 from Fisher. Down in the dirt. Allred able to block it. Keep it in front. Hold runners at second and third. It's Colby White's courtesy runner at third and Teague Speakman at second. 1 out, a 7-1 Cedar lead. They haven't scored here in the second inning. Knock on wood. 1 down. Right down the pipe. Strike 2 for Braden Torres. Center fielder went 1 for 2 in the game against Evanston earlier today. Had a run scored and an RBI. Fisher likes the sign. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the outside corner. There's the breaking ball he was looking for earlier. This one gets Torres swinging. 2 outs with runners on second and third, and Brecken Campbell, the designated hitter, to the plate. Singled to left back in the first and scored. He was the 6th of 7 straight Cedar Reds who got on base and scored in the first inning. From number 2 hitter through number 8 hitter, they all got on and they all scored in that first. Campbell, right-handed hitter, takes ball 1 down low. Outlaws again struck first. They led 1-0 after the first 3 outs, but then Cedar jumped out to a 7-run first inning. Fisher winds and deals inside corner. Strike 1. Boy, from where I'm sitting, that looked like that looked low and too far inside. Of course, then you see where Campbell sets up, and his front toes just maybe 4 inches from that inside corner of the plate. Low and outside. Allred again blocks it to keep it in front. Hold runners at second and third. 2 outs. That was ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. You can't see the plate because of where the umpire's standing if you're watching at home at mylocalradio.com, but Campbell really hugs the plate. That pitch almost strike 2, but just misses inside. Campbell steps back in. And again, that back right foot, if you were to draw a line straight forward toward Fisher, that back right foot only 2, maybe 3 inches from home plate. Laced into left field for a single. Runner heading home. Speakman will score. Moyles didn't even throw it in. Outlaws sleeping. So Colby White scores from third. Teague Speakman throws from second. And Brecken Campbell with a 2-run single sits on first base. He's 2 for 2 with a couple of singles, a run scored, and an RBI. Not sure what Moyles was thinking. Maybe the cutoff man not ready for it, or Hank Allred not looking for a throw, but maybe Moyles realized that there wouldn't be a play even had he thrown. Speakman too fast, possibly. Outlaws were burned earlier when Speakman hit his single and Evanston threw toward home to keep Colby White from scoring, and that allowed Speakman to advance to second. Maybe that thought process went through Moyles' mind as well. So Gavin Imlay to the plate, a 9-1 lead for the Cedar Reds. Imlay, a left-handed hitter. Fisher deals outside corner, just misses. Ball 1. Imlay, an RBI single to right field or to center field in the first inning. Outlaws getting worked. 9-1. Cedar leads. 7 runs in the first, 2 more here in the second. Fisher, that pitch in the same spot except a bit lower in his strike 1, so that last one must have been high. We're up behind the plate and at an angle, so maybe high and low. A little deceiving from our spot on mylocalradio.com. Fisher glances to first, delivers the 1-1 breaking ball. Oh, that was dirty. Strike 2. That was looking like it was coming way outside and then dropped back over the plate for strike 2. Imlay steps back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs and a runner on first. 9-1 Cedar lead on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Fisher deals inside, just misses the corner. Ball 2. Mitchell walks back deep into the hole, turns, and back onto the dirt from his spot in shortstop. 2-2, 2 outs. The bottom of the second. Swung on and chipped back to the screen. Imlay stays alive. Lawson Black on deck, hustles over, picks up the foul ball and hands it to the official. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes with a man on first. Cedar has 2 runs plated so far here in the second inning and looking for more. Grounder towards short. Allred picks it up and does the work himself. Jogs over, taps the bag, and records the out. 2 runs on 3 hits. 1 outlaw error. 1 runner left stranded. 9-1. Outlaws in a big hole, heading for the top of the third on a First Bank presentation. First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and mylocalradio.com.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
Connor Peterson, Jagger Mitchell, and Gus Allred due up. Peterson hits the first pitch he sees into shallow left field. Calvin Slack backs up, makes an easy catch. 1 down. We've got Ryan Fisher at 65 pitches to get through the 2 innings so far. He's allowed 9 runs. I think about who the Outlaws might put into pitch after Fisher. Jordan Schneider could pitch. Ball 1 outside to Jagger Mitchell. Jagger threw the full 105 pitches earlier today in the win over Canyon View. And Jagger hit by another pitch. That's the 6th time this weekend he's been hit by a pitch. He needs to take that target off the left side of his jersey. He was hit 3 times, actually 4 times this morning against Canyon View. One of the times the umpire determined that he kind of leaned into it, so they didn't give him his base. Runner on with 1 out. Gus Allred to the plate. Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Outlaws trail 9-1. Colby White pitching high and in, and that got Gus. Umpire says, "Are you okay?" And the umpire comes out to chat with Colby White, make sure everything is A-okay. 2 straight batters get hit. You start to wonder a little bit. There's Ryan Fisher into the plate, or into the batter's box. He's smiling with catcher Kason Crandall. Colby White just missing high and inside a bit on the last couple pitches. Puts 2 runners on with 1 down. Fisher awaits and takes ball 1. Must have been just outside. I thought that was strike 1. Fisher grounded to short in the first. He had a runner on first when he grounded out. Ball 2 down low and away. So Colby White goes high and inside on a couple straight pitches. Hits Mitchell, hits Allred, and then misses low and outside to Ryan Fisher on 2 straight pitches. Fisher comes into the game hitting .352, again 0 for 1 so far in this contest. Ball 3 outside. White takes an extra long stroll around the backside of the mound and steps back up onto the rubber. From the stretch with runners on first and second. Delivers. Low, must have been. That's a 4-pitch walk to Ryan Fisher. So a hit batsman, another hit batsman, and then a base on balls. Got White at about 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 53 pitches so far through 2 1/3 innings of work. A visit to the mound from Coach Eric Fieldstead to talk with his pitcher. Fisher will have a courtesy runner. Outlaws have the bases loaded with Jagger Mitchell at third, Gus Allred at first, and Fisher's courtesy runner, I think that's Kendall Cummings, but I can't be sure. He's definitely looks taller than Jordan Schneider. Not as thick as Derek McDonald, so I got to guess Kendall Cummings, although, again, not quite sure. Haven't seen the number. It is Cummings. Yeah, that's Kendall. At the plate, Clayton Moyles with the bases loaded, 1 out, strike 1 right down the pipe. So the Outlaws have the bases loaded with 2 hit batsmen and 1 walk with 1 out. Colby White still on the mound, delivers again strike 1, then strike 2 on the outside corner. That pitch has been called ball all day, all game long. But catches the front corner of the plate this time for strike 2. No wonder Moyles didn't offer at it. He pops it into shallow right field. Lawson Black goes back, makes the catch. Jagger Mitchell fakes a tag and then stops a third of the way in. So Moyles pops out, and that brings Brandon Thompson to the plate. Thompson walked in the second, made it over to second base before the next 2 outs were recorded and ended the inning. Thompson, with runners in scoring position this season, has hit .462 coming into this game. And that hasn't changed. He had runners in scoring position in the second and walked. Strike 1 down the middle from Colby White. A 9-1 ball game. Cedar with 7 runs in the first, 2 more in the second. Outlaws with just that 1 in the first. They led for a brief moment. Thompson hits right. Colby White pitches right and misses down in the dirt. Thompson with a check swing. Held off and takes ball 1. So a ball and a strike in the outfield. Braxton Torres still he's a little more straight away in right now, so a good gap in right center as White finds strike 2 at the knees. Thompson crouched down, kind of trying to indicate that that pitch was low, or just instinctively crouching down as the ball came in a bit low at his knees. Here's the 1-2 from White. Thompson chips it off, dribbles it to the Outlaws dugout. Just a protection swing there. White so far has allowed just one Outlaw hit, one Outlaw run. He's put a lot of guys on the base paths, but just the one run. Thompson, strike 3 on the outside corner, and that seems like a spot that has not been consistently called ball or strike today. This time, strike 3. Thompson punched out looking. And that's a tough thing when you get that outside corner, sometimes called strike, sometimes called ball. You don't know what to look for or what to do with it. In that situation, you got to swing if you're Brennan Thompson. He does not. He strikes out. And the Outlaws get no runs on no hits, no errors, and 3 stranded. It's the bottom of the third coming up after this on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and mylocalradio.com.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes. For the tooth fairy, so the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
In May of 2019, Uintah County School District Number 1 became the first school district in Wyoming to achieve a certified level 1 on high reliability schools by the Rosanna Leadership Center. We're focusing on 3 levels. Level 1 is a safe and collaborative culture. Level 2, effective teaching in every classroom. And Level 3 is a guaranteed and viable curriculum. We are certified Level 1 in safe and collaborative culture. This is Superintendent Ryan Thomas. Congratulations to everyone in our district. Keep up the great work.
Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Ryan Fisher out for a third inning of work. He's thrown 65 pitches. And we'll see if he can settle down a bit. Some quicker outs. 39 pitches in the first inning and allowed 7 runs on 5 hits. 26 pitches in the second inning, allowing 2 runs on 3 hits. Outlaws trail 9-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. They've stranded 6 base runners. They've only gotten 1 hit, but had base runners on an error, and add to that 4 walks and 2 hit batsmen, but none of those guys have scored. The only man to score was a leadoff hitter, Reed Gross, who doubled to lead off the game and came around to score. Evanston hasn't gotten a man across the plate since then. Lawson Black, ball 1, high and out from Ryan Fisher. Black, a 2-run single in the first, right back up the middle. Great little piece of hitting by Black in that first inning. High fly ball, right side. Casey Perriman starts, hesitates, then comes in and makes the catch on the run in right field. Calvin Slack due up next. RBI ground out to short in the first. Also struck out looking in the first. He batted twice in that first inning as CEDAR batted around and then some. They sent 11 hitters to the plate. Scored 7 runs in that first inning. Fisher looks in, shakes one off, then nods, and delivers. Strike 1 down the middle. Gross off the bag quite a bit there at third base. There's a big hole down that third base line. Outfielders for Evanston playing fairly shallow. Slack grounds to second. Thompson moves to his right, picks it up, throws to first, and records the out. 2 up, 2 down with Braxton Torres to the plate. Torres, the right fielder, number 25. He's 0 for 1 so far today. Walked and scored in the first, flew out to center field also in the first. Went 2 for 4 earlier today with 2 RBIs. Left-handed hitter. Red-barreled bat over his left shoulder. Sharp grounder to Thompson at second. He knocks it down, picks it up, throws not in time to Braxton Torres. or to first base, and Gus Allred. So Torres safe at first with 2 outs, and Colby White coming to the plate. White 1 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and scored in the first, singled and scored in the second. White, the pitcher, has held the Outlaws to just 1 hit and 1 run so far in this game. Fisher looks over his right shoulder at the batter, or the runner on first. Reed Gross fields it down the line at third. The umpire originally said fair, so Gross fielded it, made the throw to first, then smiles heartily as the umpire said, no, that was actually foul. And Colby White, come on back, let's do it again. A good throw by Gross. That would have retired White and ended the inning, but it was fielded in foul territory. He and Coach Eric Fieldstead laughing about something over there. Good-natured, good-hearted chuckling. Throw to first is high from Fisher to Allred. Torres dives back in safe. So Colby White, no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Cedar on top, 9-1. The bottom of the third. Pitch gets by Hank Allred. Back to the backstop, so an easy steal of second base for Braxton Torres. 1 ball, 1 strike for Colby White, who now has a man in scoring position. Gross not quite as far off the bag at third base for this at-bat with Colby White at the plate. White hits right. Blue and gray barreled bat over his right shoulder. High fly ball, right center field. Perriman goes over to his right and makes the running catch in that right-handed glove and ends the inning. So this time, for the first time in the game, Cedar does not score a run. They scored 7 in the first, 2 in the second. No runs on no hits. 1 error and 1 runner left stranded. 9-1, heading for the top of the fourth on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
When you want something custom built for your home, farm and ranch, vehicle, or trailer, it needs to be done with precision, be strong, and be affordable. Get all this and more when you work with the Steel Shop at Ellingford Brothers. You bring the plan or idea, and they'll make it a reality. The Steel Shop sells and installs vehicle accessories like bull bars, running boards, and bed liners. They also specialize in truck and trailer hitches as well. Get it built to last. Ellingford Brothers, 221 County Road in Evanston.
The importance of saving and learning how to use money wisely can be taught from a very young age. At Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, we offer youth accounts to help kids learn to save, borrow, and spend responsibly. Our youth accounts are special, just like the kids in our community. Check out our See You Grow, See You Learn, and See You Prosper accounts for kids 0 to 18. These accounts are great to start managing finances. Open a youth account today for $1. TronaValley.com, member NCUA.
Casey Perriman hits first pitch he sees right at the center fielder. Great contact, but Braden Torres makes an easy catch. 1 down. The Evanston Outlaws trailing 9-1. They trailed 10-0 earlier yesterday against Parowan and almost came from behind. They still lost 10-7, but scored 7 runs in the 5th inning of that game, or the 4th inning of that game, to make it interesting. Still ended up losing 10-7. They're going to need a similar style comeback against Cedar just to make this one interesting. Ball 1 up high to Allred. Hank Allred takes ball 2, low and outside. Colby White out for his 4th inning of work. He's been extremely effective and hits the outside corner, strike 1 for Allred. Hank walked in the second but didn't get past first as Reed Gross was up next and flew out to right field. Gross has the lone hit and lone run scored of the day for Evanston. Trailing 9-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and that just misses inside to Hank Allred. Heard some woos from Cedar fans, and I have to agree with them. That looked like it caught the inside corner. Allred in tight on the plate. Wide open stance with the left foot out front, almost toward third. Swings and misses. Healthy cut by Hank. Strike 2. Full count with 1 out. The visitors' half of the 4th inning, and Cedar on top big, 9-1. Outlaws lost, was it last week at Jackson? The Jackson tournament lost to Lone Peak by this same score, 9-1. Strike 3 on the outside corner, and Hank Allred goes down looking. Punched out, brings Reed Gross to the plate. Doubled and scored in the first. That's the only hit, the only run of the game for Evanston against Colby White, who has been on his game for the most part today. I say for the most part because he's walked 4 and hit 2, but he has not allowed more than just the 1 run. Been like we've seen Clayton Moyles do that same kind of a thing a lot this season. Get himself in jams and then get himself out of the jams. Gross pop up to the right side. Imlay drifts back, tosses his hat off to get a better look, and makes the catch, and the Outlaws go down 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. Bottom of the 4th, right after this on a First Bank presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
When someone says sleep apnea, it usually conjures up stereotype images. This is Dr. Jonathan Morgan. The fact is that sleep apnea affects people of all ages and occurs when there is an involuntary pause of breath during sleep. Are you always tired? At Arrowhead Dental, we offer oral appliance therapy as an effective, non-invasive treatment for certain types of sleep apnea. Schedule an appointment to take a simple in-home test. Visit arrowheaddentalwy.com today.
For more than 10 years, the professional and friendly staff at Mountain West Business Solutions has been serving customers in Wyoming and Utah. Our professional technicians live and work in communities across both states. This way, we're able to provide quick, quality service to all of our customers. We serve businesses of all sizes, and we also provide service and supplies for HP printers. Call us today to see how we can help with all your printing and copying needs. Mountain West Business Solutions, a local company with a toll-free number, 866-583-9925. Nine to 1, Cedar leading big, big first inning. In the game earlier, Evanston gave Cedar 4 runs in the first inning. I should say Cedar earned 4 runs in the first inning and went on to win 6-4. Outlaws scored the first run in this game this afternoon, the Cedar Summer Showdown Championship, and Evanston may have been feeling pretty good about that 1-run lead, but Cedar erased the lead in a hurry, scored 7 runs in the bottom of the first, 2 more in the second, and they lead 9-1. Fisher deals in the dirt to Teague Speakman. Teague 2 for 2 in this game, a 3-run homer over the left field fence in the first, and then a single and a run scored in the second. So he's got 2 runs scored. He's 2 for 2, 3 RBIs in the game. Foul tip, strike 1 on a swing and tip into the glove of Hank Allred. Fisher looking for an inning similar to his 4th, as he kicks and deals the 1-1, misses high on the breaking ball. After 39 pitches in the first, Fisher threw 26 in the second, then faced just 4 batters and threw 8 pitches in the third inning. Speakman, high fly ball, center field, deep. Connor Peterson goes back, settles and makes the catch. Connor Peterson gets a great jump and retires Teague Speakman for the first time in this game. So Speakman goes down with a deep fly ball to center field, and that brings Kason Crandall to the plate. Singleton scored in the first, line out to the shortstop in the second. Crandall, the catcher, went 1 for 4 earlier today in the first game between these two teams. Right-handed hitter, and that one in the dirt on the outside of the plate. Ball 1. Skips back to the backstop. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out in the home half of the 4th frame. 9-1, Cedar leads in this Cedar Summer Showdown Championship game. Down in the dirt, ball 2. The Reds beat Canyon View yesterday, 10-0. Beat Crimson Cliffs 11-4. Crandall takes ball 3 up high and in. Then beat Parowan earlier today, 7-6, and topped Evanston 6-4. So they come in at 4-0 on the weekend, looking to make it 5-0, and they're in position to do so. 4-pitch walk to Kaysen Crandall. With one down, he takes his base. Braden Torres to the plate. Walked and scored in the first, struck out swinging in the second. Torres, a left-handed hitter. Tall, CR, Cedar Red Sox. The crimson color mostly with the gold around the calves, gold striping. Fisher deals outside corner, strike one for Torres. No balls and a strike with one out. Torres with a man on first. The lefty waves a black and gray bat over his left shoulder, swings at a pitch that hit the plate. Fisher got him to chase one down in the sand. Count goes to 0-2 with one out. 9-1, Cedar leads. Outlaws scored first, but Cedar put up a 7 spot in the bottom of the first inning. Fisher delivers the pitch, slapped out to third. Gross fields, throws to Thompson. They get the out at second. The throw to first not in time, so Torres reaches on a fielder's choice. And we have 2 down with a man on first. Outlaws couldn't quite complete the double play. Right now your Outlaws, McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game, that leadoff double by Reed Gross. Up to the plate, Brecken Campbell, the designated hitter. He's 2 for 2. Couple of singles, couple RBIs, 1 run scored. Strike one at the knees. That looked a bit low from here, but Campbell takes it. Didn't want to swing at that one. Do some golfing. The golf course is on the other end of town. No balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. The home half of the fourth. Man on first. Fisher throws over to the bag, and no trouble for Torres to get back in safe. He didn't have a real big lead. Inches back out. Takes a safe lead. He may inch out a little further. We'll keep an eye on that. Fisher glances over his right shoulder at Torres. He has not inched out further. Now heads for second on a hit and run. Campbell fouls it back to the screen. Trails now 0-2 in the count with 2 outs. And again, Cedar leading big, 9-1. The Cedar team, from what I understand, started out pretty well in the spring high school season. They were ranked up at number 5 in the state when play was stopped and high school sports were canceled because of the 2019 coronavirus disease. Sidearm delivery, and again on a hit and run, Campbell foul tips it down to the plate, dead ball. Umpire removes the mask, and he'll sweep off the plate again. He cleans it off nice. 7-19. This game got underway at 5:59. Evanston needs a roaring comeback just to make this thing close. They trail by 8 runs. Fisher looks to the runner at first, and timeout asked for. Brecken Campbell gets it and steps out of the box. Fisher very aware that Torres has been on a hit and run the last 2 pitches. Of course, with 2 outs and an 0-2 count, focus might be on the pitch or the batter. Breaking ball doesn't drop in enough. Ball 1 for Campbell. Again, Brecken Campbell 2 for 2 in this game. Couple of singles. He's also got 2 RBIs. That was a 2-run single in the second inning that scored White and Speakman, who both got on with singles earlier in that second inning. High fly ball left side. This may stay in play. Gross chasing, Moyles coming in, and it drops just beyond where Gross could get to and inside of where Moyles could get to. So the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Both those players covered a lot of ground. Campbell hit it high, but some good speed from both the Outlaws third baseman and left fielder. They just couldn't quite get to it. Some cloud covers made things feel just quite a bit cooler here in Cedar, at Cedar High School. 88 degrees, the current temperature. Fisher deals, line drive down the third base side, and that gets through. Moyles comes up, fields it off 2 bounces, and Brecken Campbell, 3 for 3, 3 singles in the ball game, all to left field. That moves Braden Torres to second, and now Cedar threatening again. Runners on first and second with 2 outs, and the left-handed hitting Gavin Imlay to the plate. He singled home a run, an RBI single in the first. That was to center field. Also scored in that inning, grounded out to the first baseman in the second. Fisher looks back to the runners and delivers the pitch high and outside. Allred quickly gets the ball into his right hand as Torres on second base had taken a pretty big lead. Fisher looks in. 1 ball, no strikes to Gavin Imlay. Ryan looks back again to the runner, turns, deals, and just misses high, ball 2. Fisher threw just 8 pitches to get those 3 outs in the 4th inning. Got him at about 15, maybe 16 pitches here in the 5th so far. We'll put him at a total of right around 90. So he'd have to keep things efficient to get another inning in. Outside corner just catches the high end of the strike zone on Imlay. 2 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. Big lopsided 9-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Cedar leads. Imlay taking his time, steps back into the box, taking his time because Coach Eric Fieldstead takes a little bit of his time to get him the sign. Swing and a miss, a double steal. Outlaws throw down to third, and it's a low throw. Reed Gross can't field it, can't scoop it up out of the dirt. And another run scores in Braden Torres on the error from the catcher. 10-1 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. So Torres steals second, reaches home on an error. Brecken Campbell onto second on the steal. And Gavin Imlay with a 2-2 count. Imlay, kind of a half-hearted swing and a miss for strike 2, then a swing and a miss for strike 3, ends the inning. Fisher walks slowly toward the dugout. Outlaws trailing 10-1. 1 run on 1 hit. That was a Brecken Campbell single. 1 error and 1 runner left stranded. 10-1, Cedar leads in this Cedar Summer Showdown Championship game. Heading for the top of the 5th inning on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
An infected tooth can cause discomfort and serious harm to your health. At Wyoming Dental Specialties, endodontist Dr. Leslie Walker understands the complexities removing infected tissues from inside the tooth, which is one reason why you can trust him to provide endodontic treatment and root canal therapy. With a skilled staff and state-of-the-art technology in our office, we help save your smile and improve your overall dental health. Call today to schedule your appointment, 307-789-5608.
We take your fun very seriously. That's why we put so much emphasis on training and experience with our mechanics at Cash Honda Yamaha. Whether you're getting it ready for an upcoming season, putting it away for the winter, having routine maintenance, or have a mechanical problem, we want to make sure that when you're ready to have fun with it, it's ready for you. Don't trust your fun to just anyone. Make sure you bring all your service work to Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley.
School. It's the right path indeed, where we learn to read and learn to write. School's the ticket to reach new heights. We make new friends, learn social skills, art, foreign language, music, and more. Science, technology, engineering, math, history, and health in that PE class. With computers and books and teachers and more, our brains will grow and our dreams will soar. So do whatever it takes to never miss school, because a great education, why, that's really cool. My friends, be cool. Go to school.
Connor Peterson to lead off for the Outlaws. We got hitters 2, 3, 4 due up in this visitors' half of the 5th inning. Peterson chops it over the first base, or over the back screen. Then dribbles one down toward third base. Charging, scooping, throwing. TJ Carter gets the out, and Connor Peterson retired on a 5-3 ground out. That was supremely played by TJ Carter. It was a slow dribbler. He had to charge. Then he made the throw on the run. He gets a little low 5 from Colby White, the pitcher. And again, good play by TJ Carter there at third. The Cedar team has committed 1 error by my count so far in this game. They've had their bats working. They've played smart. Colby White has gotten himself into a couple of jams by walking and hitting batters, but he's gotten his way out of it. Allowed 1 hit and 1 run so far to this Outlaws team that had been scoring about 10 runs per game over the course of the last 10 games. Jagger Mitchell drives one hard, foul, third base side. He'll do that a few times per game. Gets out in front of pitches and pulls them down that third base line. This one too far foul. White, right-handed pitcher, kicks and deals and misses high and outside. Ball 1 to Mitchell. Jagger, a rare day that he plays baseball and does not get a hit. So far today, 0 for 5. He's been hit 3 times today, make it 4 times. He was hit earlier in this game in the third inning. High fly ball, and this will be another time he's retired. Left field, left center. The two outfielders converge, and Teague Speakman makes the catch. Jagger, I think, loading up, trying to maybe do too much with each individual swing, and he's flown out. Let's see. Earlier today, hit by pitch, struck out looking, hit by pitch, then flew out to left, flew out to center, walked, flew out to left, flew out to center, hit by pitch, flew out to left. Getting too much air underneath the ball with just about every contact he's made today. Brings Gus Allred to the plate with 2 down. Gus takes ball 1 down in the dirt. Allred 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the third. Reached on an error in the first. Allred, left-handed hitter. Line drive, a looper into left field, and that'll drop in for just the Outlaws' second base hit of the ball game. It speaks to the job Colby White has done, keeping the Outlaws guessing. Again, you look at the last few games the Outlaws have played, more than just the last few. Going back to the tournament at Jackson, they scored 11 runs in a loss to Jackson. Then they scored 10, 14, 13, 15, 7, 9. Then just 4 earlier against Cedar today. The Reds have the Outlaws number, it would seem. 2 outs with a man on first. 10-1 Reds lead. And the visitors' half of the fourth make it the 5th inning. Throw back over to first. Gus dives in safe. Fisher at the plate. He's had a rare 0 for day as well. Went 0 for 1 against Canyon View, 0 for 4 against Cedar. Ground ball sharply hit into the hole in left field. That dribbles past the shortstop. And Evanston bats finally starting to wake up. Allred over to second on the single. Fisher safe at first with 2 outs. Outlaws will try to keep this 2-out what they hope is a rally. Not a rally yet. They've got to score some runs. Clayton Moyles to the plate. He's 0 for 1 in this game. Went 0 for 4 against Cedar earlier. 2 for 2 against Canyon View. Scored twice and had 2 RBIs in that game. Walked in the second and popped out to second in the third of this game. He's 0 for 1. Ball 1 outside to Moyles. He comes in hitting .354 on the weekend. 22 RBIs. Has an RBI opportunity here with Gus Allred at second base. Still that big gap down the line in right. Moyles, healthy cut, foul tip, strike 1. Right fielder Braxton Torres has been consistent all day. Shaded just, 8 or 10 steps toward center field. Kendall Cummings will come in to run for Ryan Fisher, a courtesy runner, And then Braden Torres in center field, shaded a bit off toward left as well. So that leaves a big gap down the right field line, but Evanston has not found it other than Reed Gross's double in the first. Gross has tried to go to the right field, but he's popped everything up. Not Gus, but Reed has tried to go to right field a few times today and popped everything up. Moyles takes ball 2 out high and away. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, runners on first and second. Evanston playing a little more conservative on the base paths. Here in the 5th, Moyles, high fly ball, right field. Torres should have a chance to come in and make the catch. Dives and dropped it. Outlaws were running with 2 outs, so Gus Allred scores from second. A great effort by Braxton Torres, but couldn't make the catch. So Allred scores from first. Fisher's runner, Kendall Cummings, over to second. And for the first time since the first inning, the Outlaws plate a run. Still a long ways to go. They trail 10-2. Moyles will not get the credit for the RBI on that with 2 outs. Brendan Thompson to the plate with a runner on third. Thompson 0 for 1, struck out looking in the third. Walked in the second inning. Ball one outside from Colby White. White has struck out 3 Outlaws in this game. I've got him at about 75, 70, maybe 80 pitches. This one gets away down low, and the Outlaws will send the runner from third, and Cummings doesn't even have to slide. He scores standing up on the wild pitch. Clayton Moyles over to second base.
An infected tooth can cause discomfort.
Apologies, I just reached over to grab a different pen and hit the mouse. All right, so Brendan Thompson with 2 balls, no strikes. Outlaws have scored twice here in this inning. Their first run scored since the first, also their first hits. Gus Allred a single, Ryan Fisher a single. Brendan Thompson with a man on second and 2 outs. 10-3, Cedar leads. Thompson takes ball 3 way up high. Brendan Thompson has walked 15 times this season. Only Clayton Moyles has walked more often than Brendan Thompson on this Outlaws team. Strike. Colby White delivers low and inside, and with this umpire, you don't want to toss the bat thinking you got ball 4. The strike zone just got a lot bigger for Brendan Thompson. He's going to have to protect unless something's way out of the zone here. So Thompson steps back in with 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, and a man on second. Outside, ball 4. So Thompson, a 5-pitch walk, brings Casey Perriman to the plate. Casey, made great contact in the 4th, but hit it right at the center fielder, and you're not going to get something like that past Braden Torres. Torres shaded just a bit off toward left from his spot in center. Perriman steps in with runners on first and second. Outlaws trailing by 7 runs. 2-out rally in the works. Perriman takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Thompson on second. He walked. Thompson on first. He walked. Moyles on second. He reached on an error. Ball 1 down low to Perriman. Casey comes in a .333 average, but he's 0 for 2 in this game. Struck out swinging in the second, lined out to center in the 4th. 17 RBIs, 38 runs scored. Perriman, high fly ball, left field. Teague Speakman drifts back, settles, and makes the nonchalant catch for out number 3. So the Outlaws get a couple runs across on 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 runners left stranded. They've got 6 more outs to try and get back into this one, but not much time. 7:33, our game started at 5:59, so Evanston needs some quick outs here in the bottom of the 5th, coming up on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio.
If you can't give your dentist a 5-star rating, then you want to consider making your next dental appointment with Dr. McKay Frankham. One patient said, "The best experience I've ever had at a dentist." Other customer comments include 5 stars plus. And not only is Dr. Frankham the best dentist I've ever been to, but I can actually afford to have dental work done by Dr. Frankham. Make your next dental visit a 5-star experience. Call for an appointment today at 307-789-8910.
Do you really think you can get a better deal on a vehicle in the city? Poppycock! Rocky Mountain Yeti is hungry for your business and will beat any bona fide deal on any vehicle, or they'll give it to you as a gift. Now that's legendary. Rocky Mountain Yeti Evanston, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile legendary warranty, where legendary customer service is not a myth.
10-3. Outlaws trail the Reds with a big 7-run first inning, 2 more in the second, 1 more in the 4th. Outlaws scored 1 in the 1st and 2 in the 5th. They trail by 7. Ryan Fisher on the mound, out for what he hopes will be his 6th inning of work. But I've got him at 95 pitches, so he only has a few left to throw, 10 to be exact. Now, if he's facing a batter, he can finish against that batter and go over the 105 pitch count limit. And just thinking about who the Outlaws have left to pitch, I think Reed Gross, who threw about 12 pitches against Canyon View, could throw. He's not really a pitcher, but he could throw. Kendall Cummings came in earlier today, and I think he kept it under 30 pitches, so he could pitch if the Outlaws can't, if the Outlaws can keep this game going. Lawson Black, great contact on the third base line, but just foul. Gus Allred threw too many pitches earlier today. He's got to rest. So does Clayton Moyles. So does Jagger Mitchell. So does Brendan Thompson. I think threw too many yesterday to be available for this game. Yeah, Brendan Thompson threw a couple of innings yesterday. Went over that 30 count pitch limit. Fisher misses in the dirt. Ball one. Outlaws roster has Derek McDonald, Jordan Schneider as subs. High fly ball right field. Perriman starts back, then stops, drifts in a step or two and makes the catch. Jordan Schneider pitched yesterday against, he would probably be your next man in to pitch. He threw yesterday in that first game against Crimson Cliffs, and I'm pretty sure the Outlaws capped him at 30 pitches. So he would be available to throw as well. So that gives you at least a few options for when Fisher reaches that 105 pitch count limit. I've got him at 98. That's unofficial, but pretty close. One down, and to the plate, the leadoff hitter, Calvin Slack, takes ball one down in the dirt. Slack 0 for 2 in this game, 0 for 6 against the Outlaws today. Struck out looking in the first, a ground out RBI also in the first, and grounded out to second in the fourth. Slack due for a base hit. Won't get it with that pitch that misses just low, ball two. 10-3 Cedar with the lead. The Reds looking to go 5-0 this weekend. They beat Evanston earlier today, 6-4. They had their closest game of the weekend against Parowan this morning and won that game 7-6. Fisher misses again just low to Calvin Slack. Slack went 0 for 4 in the first game against Evanston today. Struck out once, put the ball in play the 3 other times. The right-handed hitting Slack takes ball 4. That squirts away from Hank Allred. A 4-pitch, 1-out walk puts Slack on first base and brings us to Braxton Torres. Boy, you'd like to get 2 more outs before we get to Teague Speakman, who we saw his power on display in the first inning with a 3-run homer over the left field fence. And that thing off the bat, I didn't think it would carry that far, but boy, I guess they talk about exit velocity a lot right now, and it just continued to rise, and then cleared the left field fence. Braxton Torres at the plate, line drive into left field. Moyles to his left, makes the catch, leaping into the air at the last second. And that retires Braxton Torres on the line drive to left field. So with a man on first, Colby White, the pitcher, comes up to try and help his own cause, maybe extend the Reds' lead a little bit more. 10-3, Cedar on top big already. White was hit by a pitch and scored in the first, singled and scored in the second, flew out to right field in the fourth. Casey Perriman shaded a bit off toward left field. He's got a bit of a gap down the right field line. Fisher kicks and deals, misses down low and inside corner, but again it was too low for ball one. White, tall right-handed hitter. Blue and gray, kind of a metallic blue and gray bat. Throw to first just about got Braxton Torres. That was not Torres, but Calvin Slack. The throw was right on target for Gus to just sweep through with the glove and make the tag, but Slack did get back in time. Fisher delivers to Colby White and misses low and outside. Calvin Slack got on with a walk. I've got Fisher right at 105 pitches, so he can finish this batter. White grounds toward third. Reed to his left, makes the play, throws to first, and what a scoop by Gus Allred. That may be your top candidate for the McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision Play of the game. Gross had to go a long way to get that ball and then made a low throw, which Gus Allred dug out of the dirt. That will finish the day for Ryan Fisher pitching. No runs, no hits. No errors, and 1 runner left stranded. Outlaws a big deficit heading for the top of the 6th inning on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Post 41 Baseball on KNYN, 99.1 FM, and mylocalradio.com.
When shopping for a vehicle, it's important to have a good selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. It's also important to have a knowledgeable salesperson that listens, a finance team that helps you get the payment that matches your pocketbook, and a smart office staff that makes sure all the paperwork is done right. You can always rest assured knowing that our whole team is working for you. Auto Farm Chevrolet. Stop in today. We're a community-driven dealer.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Colby White out for another inning of work. This would be his sixth. Top of the sixth inning, Hank Allred to lead off. Takes ball one down in the dirt. I've got White at 91 pitches delivered. Again, that's unofficial, but pretty close. Inside, Allred pulls it down the third base line and dribbles it foul. The coach, Chad Thompson. Another error on the coach, EC in the book, on the foul ball. 10-3. That may be hard to see on your MyLocalRadio.com, the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Looking through the chain link fence at the scoreboard from our spot. Strike one on the outside corner, or strike two, excuse me. We've got Hank Allred, and then on deck, Reed Gross. Connor Peterson will follow that up. Here in the top of the sixth, Allred fooled, swings at one way outside and down low, and Colby White continues to dominate. So Hank Allred goes 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the fourth, struck out swinging here in the sixth. He walked in the second. That brings us to Reed Gross, who's 1 for 3 on the day, doubled and scored in the first. And he takes strike one, a breaking ball that drops in, maybe in a changeup. Gross, that was the only hit and the only run the Outlaws had scored until they got 2 hits and 2 runs in the top of the fifth. Gross, a slow dribbler to third. Knocked down by TJ Carter, the third baseman, moving to his left, and he couldn't make the play. So Gross on board. We'll call that an error on the third baseman, an E5. And Gross is on base with 1 out. Brings us to Connor Peterson. Peterson 0 for 3 in the ball game. Ground out to the pitcher, fly out or pop out to the shortstop, and a ground out to third. Ball one, low and away from White. White kicks and deals and misses down in the dirt. Ball 2 to Peterson. He's had a big game. A very good game Colby White has. I've got him with 2 runs allowed on 3 hits. We'll have some final stats for you on earned runs and things like that a little bit later when we can close the book on him. Peterson waits for the 2-0, and that catches the inside corner, strike one. Speakman playing straight away in left field. Torres continues to play in his spot, just shaded toward left field from his spot in center. Braxton Torres shaded just a bit towards center field from his spot in right. Outlaws going for the steal. Reed Gross slides in safe, and his steal percentage will remain in the 900s. Kason Crandall got speed jammed and dropped the ball on the exchange from the glove to his right hand, his throwing hand. And so Gus steals second without a throw. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and Peterson just foul tips this one off. I thought I had 3 balls and 2 strikes, but we'll go with that scoreboard for now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Peterson tips one off the end of the bat over toward the Cedar dugout to stay alive. Connor Peterson comes in hitting .346 with runners in scoring position, .375 coming into the game. And he has not had an opportunity with runners in scoring position today, I don't think. Actually, he had Gross on second when he came up in the first inning and grounded out to the pitcher. Grounder to third base. High bounce, chest high hop, throw to first, off target. Peterson runs into the first baseman, Imlay, inadvertently, just as he ran through the bag. And Imlay goes somersaulting backwards. Coach Jason Mitchell gives him his fist bump. Reed Gross comes around to score. At this, the throw went high from third baseman TJ Carter. Call that an E5, error on the third baseman, second straight time. And now the umpires will meet and discuss whether that's some kind of infraction on Connor Peterson. If anything, it's got to be a interference on the defense, because Peterson is allowed to run through the base at first and down that line as he hustles down the line, I would think. Now, I may be unaware of some other kind of rule, but the umpires meeting and discussing. We'll take this opportunity to thank Hoover Chiropractic at 545 Cheyenne Drive in Evanston. Dr. Todd Hoover is a doctor of chiropractics, does blood work, dietary supplements, plus the regular chiropractic work. Hoover Chiropractic, 789-0043. So my inclination was correct. It's an interference on the defense, because Peterson could have headed for second base on that wild throw. And so they give Peterson second on the interference. So Peterson moves into scoring position with Jagger Mitchell at the plate and one out. Evanston has one run across. No hits so far in this sixth inning, rather. We're in the top of the sixth. 10-4, Outlaws trail. Mitchell, third base line, just foul. Again, turned on it and hit it foul. Kobe White, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 5 is 12, 13, 14. I've got him at exactly 105 pitches. And again, that's unofficial, but pretty close. And he can finish this at-bat against Jagger Mitchell. White misses outside. He's definitely in line for the win today. Held the Outlaws to 1 run and 1 hit through 4 2/3 innings. Outlaws had a little 2-out rally in the 5th. They've scored 1 more here in the 6th so far. Jagger, deep line drive into left center field. Speakman goes over and makes the catch. Boy, I didn't think he had a shot at that, but his speed, he got a great jump on the ball, and Jagger just got robbed. Teague Speakman, boy, I've been impressed with his play today. Line drive into center, or to left field. That was really in the left center, and against a lot of left fielders, that's a RBI double, but not Teague Speakman. Now, I don't know if high school ball has the same pitch count limit as Legion ball, and maybe we're going with different pitch count limits, because Colby White's still on the mound. I've got him at 107 pitches. Gus Allred to the plate. White still on the mound, misses high and outside. Legion ball, I believe, nationwide goes by the same pitch count rules. So maybe something different here for going by high school rules here at the tournament. Maybe I've miscounted by a couple. Allred, a 1-0 count with 2 outs. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner, Denise. Allred singled and scored in the 5th. Raced on an error in the 1st and was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2 in this game. And for Evanston to keep their rally hopes alive, he's got to do something here with 2 outs. White delivers in the dirt, ball 2. This game started at 5:59, so we're 10 minutes away from the 2-hour time limit at which we could not start another inning. Fisher on deck for the Outlaws. In the hole, Clayton Moyles if we can get there. Allred waves a White bat over his shoulder, left side, and laces one into center field. Peterson gunning for home. Connor heads home, the throw on target, but bounces past the catcher, Kason Crandall, and Gus heads over to second base on the throw. So Allred with an RBI single. That throw might have been on time for Braden Torres, but it bounced in a funny spot, and Crandall couldn't corral it. So Peterson scores from second. The Outlaws have cut it to a 5-run ball game, and Colby White may be done pitching. Yeah, he hands the ball to Coach Fieldstead and heads for the dugout. We'll take a quick timeout, have a pitching change, allow that guy to warm up with a few pitches, and we'll be back with more Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog and MyLocalRadio.com.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
At Ellingford Brothers, we're known for an excellent steel shop and quality cement. We also provide other products all year round. Sand and different sizes of gravel for road base and landscaping in the summer and fall. Traction in the winter and mud control in the spring. Bark for landscaping in the summer and winterization in the fall. And topsoil. Spring, summer, and fall. Prices are always honest. Pickup or delivery. Ellingford Brothers, your year-round source for so many things. Stop in today at 221 County Road in Evanston.
Outlaws with a little two-out rally in the 5th inning. They scored 2 runs. They've got 2 more runs with 2 outs here in the 6th inning and a man on second base. And I've got Colby White reaching his pitch count limit. So his day pitching is done. And I believe he'll just move over to shortstop. He played short for the entire first game when these teams met. Calvin Slack, who was at short, moves on to the pitcher's mound. So I think a straight swap for those 2 guys. And Slack will try to come in and finish this thing off. 7:52, 7 minutes until game time of 2 hours. We cannot start a new inning, even here in the championship game of the Cedar Summer Showdown. So the Outlaws down to their final out, trailing by 5. They need to keep this 2-out rally going. Indeed, Colby White moves to short, and Calvin Slack on the mound. White in line for the victory. His stat line not quite finished because Gus Allred is at second base. So White on the hook for Allred, who singled and then stretched it to a double on a throw in to home. Ryan Fisher to the plate, looking to keep the rally going. Slack, a right-handed pitcher, looks back to second and then delivers high. He's got some good velocity, good pop on that pitch, but misses for ball 1. Fisher today singled and scored in the 5th, grounded to short in the 1st, hit by a pitch, walked in the 3rd, a 4-pitch walk. High and in, ball 2 from Calvin Slack. Outlaws scored the first run, then Cedar answered with 7 in the bottom of the 1st, 2 more in the 3rd, 1 more in the 4th. Evanston scored 2 in the 5th, 2 more here in the 6th, but they still trail 10-5. Cedar has led from when they took that lead in the bottom of the 1st. Fisher line drive into left field. Speakman will field it off of 1 hop. Gus Allred stops at third as Speakman guns for home. And boy, that was that was an out in the making. The throw from Speakman. It was a good decision by Allred to stay there at third. So Fisher with the single to left. He's on first. Allred on third, and Clayton Moyles comes to the plate looking to keep this rally going. We're down to 5 minutes left, so this is the final chance for the Outlaws because the Reds would take at least 5 minutes just getting to the bottom half of the inning. And not because they delay, that's just the time it takes. So Clayton Moyles to the plate. The runners on the corners. Fisher a short lead at first. Moyles takes strike 1 outside half. Right between the knees and the belt. Good pitch from Calvin Slack. Moyles steps back in, hitting .354, 22 RBIs on the season. 0 for 2 in this game. Fisher heading for second. The hit to short. White picks it up, throws to first, and records the out, and that will likely do it. 6-3 put out, retires Moyles. Outlaws get 2 runs on 2 hits. one Cedar error, and 2 runners left stranded. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 runners stranded in this game for the Evanston Outlaws. Heading for the bottom of the 6th inning on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio.
Trona Valley Federal Credit Union is a not-for-profit financial institution. When you become a member, you are an owner of the credit union. We believe in people over profit, and that impacts the way we do business from our overall structure down to the smallest detail. Our philosophy sets us apart, and we're here for you. Earn more with our high-yield checking account, start a savings goal, check out our competitive loans, and much more. Become a member today. We're a caring partner dedicated to your financial success. Member NCUA.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Final stats for Colby White: 5 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 5 outlaw hits, 5 outlaw runs. Just one of those was earned. He walked 5, struck out 4, and hit 2, and he is in line for the win. We are 1 minute away from time being up in this contest. Now, I wrote down right when that first pitch was delivered, 5:59. That was the time on my laptop. The umpire may have had 1 minute more or less, I suppose. Either way, the Outlaws' time has most likely run out. Derek McDonald out to pitch as Teague Speakman comes to the plate. Teague, 2 for 3 in the game. 3-run homer in the first and singled and scored in the second. Flew out to center field in the 5th inning, a deep fly ball that Connor Peterson caught in center field. So Speakman steps into the right-handed batter's box. Derek McDonald, the right-handed pitcher. Give you some stats on McDonald as a pitcher here in just a moment. He throws right. This is just his 2nd or 3rd appearance as an Outlaw, and finds the outside corner for strike 1. McDonald, his 3rd game played. He started 1 game. He's gone 3 innings, has a 14.00 ERA. This is outside, ball 1. Derek's big bro, Braden, long-time pitcher, a big-time hitter for the Outlaws. Had a real quick bat. Derek kicks and deals and misses high and outside. He's got some good pop on his pitch. Speakman, 2 balls, 1 strike. McDonald misses high and in. Speakman steps back a step or 2. 10-5 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. Cedar scored 7 runs in the bottom of the 1st and has not trailed since then. Outlaws scored that first run, but Cedar took the lead and has kept it. Speakman, high fly ball, left center field. Connor Peterson drifts over, calls for it, makes the catch, and Speakman retired. He got way too much air underneath that one. If he straightens that out just a bit, it may have cleared the left field fence as well. Kason Crandall to the plate, singled and scored in the 1st, line out to short in the 2nd, and walked in the 5th. He's 1 for 2 in this ball game. Crandall, the catcher, number 9, right-handed hitter. Bright white, new batting helmet, it appears. High fly ball or pop-up in the infield. Ryan Fisher goes back. Jagger Mitchell calls him off and makes the catch. 2 outs. We've got some Outlaws changes in the outfield with McDonald on the mound. Reed Gross is behind the plate. Gus Allred at first. Brendan Thompson still at second. Jagger at short, and it's Ryan Fisher at third. Clayton Moyles in left. Connor Peterson in center. And Casey Perriman still in right field. McDonald, strike 1 to Braden Torres. He's 0 for 2, struck out swinging in the 2nd, but he walked and reached on a fielder's choice, and he scored twice today. High and in, ball 1, excuse me. 1 ball, 1 strike. 8 p.m. I have that our time for this game should be up. Now, maybe since it's a championship game, coaches may have talked and decided to go the full 7 innings. High and in. Strike 2. Just catches that high inside corner. McDonald with the 1 ball, 2 strike count. And, breaking ball just misses. May have been a bit higher inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Heidi, do you know if they're doing the time limit for this one? Oh, they'll play 7. Great. I apologize. I've been chatting it up about getting to 2 hours. So deep fly ball to center field. Connor Peterson ranges back and makes the catch. He read that well. It was crushed by Braden Torres, but Peterson makes the catch and flies out to center field. So I've been droning on about the 2-hour time limit, but they are playing to the full 7 innings in this one. So the Outlaws have 3 more outs to play with and see if they can come back from a 5-run deficit. 10-5 as we head for the top of the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. Evanston trails 10-5 with 3 outs left to play on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog and mylocalradio.com.
A pass to the Evanston Recreation Center gets you so much more than a weight room. A pass also gives you access to the pool, hot tub, steam rooms, cardio room, cycling studio, shooting range, basketball court, and locker rooms with showers. Passes also let you attend drop-in fitness classes at no additional cost, including Zumba, yoga, cycling, water aerobics, and strength training classes. Live your fit life with a pass to the Evanston Recreation Center. Payment plans available. Stop in today.
Receive the best service in the industry when you lease or purchase office equipment from the professional, friendly staff at Mountain West Business Solutions. With a guaranteed quick turnaround time, we will save you money, time, and energy with quality products and customer service that is unmatched in the industry. Serving customers in Wyoming and Utah, Mountain West Business Solutions is a local company with a toll-free number, 866-583-9925. Call us today.
At 4 extra innings. 10-5. Our broadcast here on mylocalradio.com. Local radio just for you. That's mylocalradio.com. Brendan Thompson to lead off in the visitors' half of the 7th. Outlaws need at least 5 runs to keep this game going. It'll be a tall order. Calvin Slack on the mound. Thompson, high fly ball left field. This should be a routine play for Teague Speakman, and he makes the catch in foul territory. 1 down. Outlaws with 2 more outs, and they need 5 runs. Casey Perriman to the plate. He's 0 for 3 in this game. Struck out swinging in the 2nd. Line drives into center and left field that were both caught in the 4th and 5th innings. Perriman steps back in. Outlaws trailed 7-1 after 1 inning, 9-1 after 2 innings, 10-1 after 4. Perriman line drive into left field. This will find the gap in left center. He had a hit like this yesterday and tried to stretch it into a triple. This time he'll stop at second with a stand-up double. Perriman, nice piece of hitting. Stumbled as he went around first base, but kept his footing enough to get over to second for the double. Brings Derek McDonald to the plate. Derek came in for Hank Allred and pitched a pretty good bottom of the 6th. Faced 3 batters. Threw 11 pitches and got some help from his defense. Derek, number 22, big, tall, right-handed hitter. Black bat, white batting gloves, takes ball 1 down low in the dirt. McDonald comes in, just 14 plate appearances as an outline, double-A ball. He's played plenty of single-A or B ball for the Outlaws, a .214 average coming in. Again, limited time as a double-A outlaw. 2 RBIs, 4 runs scored for Derek. D-Mac takes a ball in the dirt. Good block by Kaysen Crandall. A hot afternoon and into the evening now. 88 degrees here in Cedar City. Calvin Slack looking in with a man on second. Casey Perriman. Outlaws need 4 more on base and to score plus Perriman to keep this game going. With 1 out, McDonald takes strike 1 right down the pipe. 2 balls, 1 strike. McDonald steps back in. Again, he hits right. Slack throws right. Outfield playing in their usual spots for Cedar. We'll detail that in a second as McDonald can't hang off a high fastball. Swings and misses. You're not going to catch up to that most of the time. Speakman playing straight away in left. Torres shaded toward left in center, and the right fielder, Braxton Torres. So Braden Torres in center, Braxton Torres in right field, shaded toward center. So there's a pretty good gap in right center field and a big gap down the right field line, but Evanston has only found it once today. McDonald, dribbler towards second. This will advance Perriman to third, but easy play for Lawson Black. The second baseman throws to first and records the out, and the Outlaws down to their final out. So Perriman over to third, and Reed Gross comes to the plate. Evanston scored 7 runs in 1 inning against Parowan yesterday, and a lot of that was with 2 outs. See if they can get something going here in the visitors' half of the 7th. Reed Gross, high and inside, ball 1. Reed 1 for 4 in the game, doubled and scored in the first, reached on an error and scored in the 6th. He's got to reach base here with 2 outs. Dribbles one down the third base line foul. Colby White in line for the win, went 5 2/3, allowed 5 hits, 5 runs, just 1 of those earned. Walked 5, struck out 4, hit 2. Gross from the right side of the plate. Here's the 1-1. Way outside in the dirt. Perriman thinks about coming home, but Crandall knocked it down. It stays put right next to the left foot of the umpire behind the plate. He doesn't move his feet, just stands his ground. 2 balls and 1 strike for Reed Gross. Comes in at .342 batting average into the weekend. Again, 1 for 4 in this game. Went 1 for 4 in the game earlier against Cedar. And he takes ball 3 down at his feet. That just missed his toes. 3 balls, 1 strike for Gross. Just after 8 p.m. This game started just before 6 p.m. Championship of the Cedar Summer Showdown. Outlaws snuck in on the third tiebreaker. Runs allowed total at the tournament. Gross takes a 5-pitch walk, and he's on first. Outlaws with runners on the corners. Connor Peterson at the plate. Peterson 0 for 4 in this game. He's reached on an error. He did reach on an error in the 6th and scored in that last inning. Outlaws with 1 run in the first. They put up 2 in the 5th, 2 more in the 6th. They need 5 here in the 7th. Cason Crandall steps out in front of the plate, gives a few signs to tell his team what to do in case of a double steal attempt. Reed Gross, with 2 outs, he may play a little more safely from his spot at first, but he's, I think, 13 for 14 on steal attempts this season. Takes his lead at first base. Perriman at third. Gross headed for second. The throw down to third base. Perriman back safe, and Gross into second with the steal. So they elected to go for the deception. Crandall threw it a bit low for T.J. Carter. Perriman was playing it safe as well at third and got back in standing up. The pitch was ball 1. Peterson, bat on his right shoulder, lifts it off as Slack comes set, delivers. Ball gets past Crandall. Perriman will come in and score standing up, and the Outlaws get the first of what needs to be 5 total runs, 4 more, if they want to keep this game alive. Pass ball may have been a wild pitch. Gross moves over to third on that pass ball. And Connor Peterson has 2 balls and no strikes. Peterson comes in hitting .346 and awaits the 2-0. Inside and up high. Boy, that just about got his left elbow. But he slid back enough to get out of its way. 3 balls, no strikes. A hitter's count here, and expect to see Peterson just hold that bat up on his shoulder. Slack winds and deals right down the middle. Strike 1. Invite you to stay tuned in the post-game show. We'll have a Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, and we'll recap the weekend, give you final scores in each of the 5 games the Outlaws have played the last 2 days. Strike on the outside corner from Slack. So 3 straight balls, 2 straight strikes, and fills the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. We'll also tell you the McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game. Got a couple candidates at this point. If the Outlaws can complete this comeback, we'd have some new candidates. Peterson fouls it out of play into the parking lot or behind the third base dugout. Stays alive with that cut. 2 outs, so this could be the final pitch if Peterson can't get something in play and make it to first base safely. Peterson 0 for 4 in the game, so maybe due for a hit here. We'll see what he does. 3-2, high and outside, ball 4. Peterson earns the walk. Outlaws fans like it. And Coach Eric Fieldstead comes out of the dugout to chat with his pitcher. Infield starts to gather, and Coach Fieldstead says, no, stay at third, TJ. I'm just going to talk with Calvin Slack for a second, trying to settle him down. Remind him that he's got a 4-run lead, 10-6 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. I mentioned a moment ago that Connor Peterson was due for a hit. Speaking of due for a hit, Jagger Mitchell up next. Outlaws baseball on K9 and My Local Radio, brought to you by Superior Rental and the Gun Room at 371 Prospector Drive. Superior Rental has the largest inventory of industrial strength equipment for rent, and they have a full-time mechanic on staff who maintains all that industrial rental equipment. So when you need it, it's ready to go at Superior Rental and the Gun Room. Save yourself the expense of buying that equipment and rent it from Superior Rental and the Gun Room, 371 Prospector Drive in Evanston. Also by Jen's Life Photography, a local Evanston photographer. Whether it's family portraits, senior pictures, capture the moment with Jen's Life Photography. Give her a call today. Utah number, but she's a local, 801-289-6161. 801-289-6161 for Jen's Life Photography. So Jagger Mitchell, 0 for 1 this morning, was hit by a pitch 3 times against Canyon View. 0 for 3 this afternoon against Cedar. And 0 for 3 this evening against Cedar. He's been hit by 1 pitch. You'd have to look back a ways to find a day when Jagger Mitchell went 0 for, especially when you consider more than 1 game play. Mitchell takes strike 1. Great pitch from Calvin Slack. Looked like it was coming in high. Maybe been a changeup and just slow enough that it dropped into the strike zone, high end. No balls, 1 strike. Runners on the corners. Outlaws trail 10-6 with 2 outs. Jagger takes ball 1 in the dirt. Great block by Kaysen Crandall. That holds Connor Peterson at first. The Outlaws a little more safe on the base paths in this 7th inning. Any kind of an out here ends the game, and Cedar earns the win. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mitchell. Ooh, good. I don't know where that missed. That looked like just a beautiful pitch, low on the outside corner. But the umpire holds his hands on his hips for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Mitchell rips it down the third baseline, but well foul. Turned on that pitch big time and ended up hitting it just beyond the third base Outlaws dugout. Outlaws in the dugout making some noise, trying to get behind their hitter. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Runners on the corners. Evanston trails by 4, 10-6. This looked like it would be a runaway dominant win for Cedar. Evanston has clawed back in and trails by 4. Mitchell pops it up, and this will drift back over the screen, and he'll live to see another pitch. Peterson running, as is Reed Gross, should probably running on any contact with 2 outs. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mitchell came into the game hitting .386. He's got 39 RBIs, looks to add to that. Slack delivers. Mitchell reaches out, dribbles it toward third. Scooped up. Carter throws to first, and the throw in time and on target. Mitchell retired, and Cedar wins. Goes 5-0 on the weekend. Beats Evanston for the 2nd time today. 5-3 putout ends things for the Evanston Outlaws, and Cedar wins 10-6 on the Impact Physical Therapy scoreboard. We'll take a quick break. Have your post-game show coming up with the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap and the McKay Frankham precision play of the game. Teams exchange tips of the cap. Coach Eric Fieldstead says, let's give 5-5s or not. All right, tips of the cap, and we move on. A 5-0 weekend for the Cedar Reds. at their tournament here at home. We'll take a quick break and be back with your post-game show on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog and My Local Radio.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
At Ellingford Brothers, we're known for an excellent steel shop and quality cement. We also provide other products all year round. Sand and different sizes of gravel for road base and landscaping in the summer and fall. Traction in the winter and mud control in the spring. Bark for landscaping in the summer and winterization in the fall. And topsoil. Spring, summer, and fall. Prices are always honest. Pickup or delivery. Ellingford Brothers, your year-round source for so many things. Stop in today at 221 County Road in Evanston.
What do you do when you lose a tooth?
Put it under your pillow. Under my pillow. Like a treasure chest so you could put it in.
Why do you do that?
Because then the tooth fairy comes. For the tooth fairy. So the tooth fairy can come get them.
And then what happens?
I get money.
We may not be the tooth fairy, but we can still take care of your teeth. Bear River Dental in Evanston.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
When your vehicle needs new tires, any tire store can get you back on the road. But only Plains Tire can get you rolling again with the peace of mind that you were treated well, paid a fair price, and that you'll be taken care of for the life of the tire. At Plains Tire, trained tire technicians mount and expertly balance your new tires, replace the valve stems, and hand check each lug nut to make sure it's all tight and secure. Plus, you'll get lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations only at Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston. Visit plainstire.com. Post-game, the Outlaws lose for a second time in the day to the Cedar Reds this weekend. They went 2-3, lost once to Parowan, twice to Cedar. And some further details on the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Jimmy John's at 113 Front Street in Evanston. Jimmy John's, where they spend 6 hours daily slicing all natural meats and fresh produce for your 30-second sandwich. The Outlaws scored first. They snuck into the championship game of the Cedar Summer Showdown on not the first, not the second, but the third tiebreaker criteria, which was runs allowed at the tournament. The Outlaws had allowed 23 runs. Parowan, who also went 2-2, allowed 31 runs. So Evanston gets into the championship game for a rematch with the Cedar Reds, and Evanston scored first. Reed Gross doubled to lead off and then came around to score later in the first inning, and Evanston led 1-0. But Cedar put up a 7-spot, scored a touchdown in that first inning as 7 straight Cedar Red hitters. Braxton Torres walked. Colby White was hit by a pitch. Teague Speakman, a 3-run homer. Kaysen Crandall singled. Braden Torres walked. Brecken Campbell singled. And Gavin Imlay singled and then scored later on Lawson Black's 2-run single. So 7 straight Reds reached base and scored to put them up 7-1. They would never trail. They scored 2 more in the second, 1 more in the fifth, to total out at 10 runs. The Outlaws went scoreless in the second, third, and fourth. Had comeback bids with 2 runs in the fifth, 2 more in the sixth. Then in the top half of the seventh inning, Casey Perriman doubled. He came around to score. A couple more Outlaws got on base, but they just couldn't get things going enough as Colby White and Calvin Slack combined to hold the Outlaws to 7 hits and 6 runs and a 10-6 Cedar victory for the championship of the Cedar Summer Showdown. Outlaws go 2-3 on the weekend. Cedar goes 5-0 and wins the title here on their home diamond, home field. That's the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Again, the Outlaws lose 10-6 for the weekend. Evanston beat Crimson Cliffs 15-5 yesterday, then lost to Parowan 10-7. beat Canyon View this morning 9-2 out at Canyon View, then lost to Cedar 6-4 before losing again to Cedar 10-6. Jimmy John's at 113 Front Street in Evanston, where fresh and fast meet. Coming up, we've got your McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision Play of the Game. We'll also run down the final stats for this second game of the day for the Evanston Outlaws. That's right after this break on a First Bank of Wyoming presentation of Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog and mylocalradio.com.
In today's world, with so many places to shop and so many options to choose from, sometimes you have to boil it down to one simple question: where do I get treated the best? At Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, we work hard to make sure every customer knows how much we appreciate them. We love what we do, and we believe in the products we sell. Our goal is to build a lasting friendship with every customer so we can serve you and your family for generations. Visit us today, Cash Honda Yamaha, 3765 US 91, Hyde Park, Utah.
The brain needs to be fed just like the rest of the body. It's a fact that students learn more and get better grades when they're not hungry at school. This is Linda Martin, Food Service Director at Uinta County School District Number 1. We invite every student to eat school lunch every day. Our food service staff works hard to provide delicious meals that are healthy and delivered quickly to ensure our students are getting what they need to maximize learning throughout the day.
Uinta County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
10-6 the final score in the Cedar Summer Showdown. The Outlaws did just enough to make it to this championship game, but not quite enough to win it. As Cedar, a 7 spot in the first inning, and that put them on top for good. Moving on to your, in the postgame show, to your Dr. McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision Play of the Game. And we had some good defensive plays by the Outlaws defense. Connor Peterson made some great catches out in center field. We had Reed Gross make a great, very nice play from his spot at third base that ended a rally bid by Cedar in the 6th inning. He slid quickly to his left, caught the ball on a high bouncing grounder, and then threw to first to retire Colby White. But I think we'll go with Reed Gross's single to lead off the first, or double to lead off the first inning. He doubled and came around to score, so Reed Gross gets your Dr. McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision Play of the Game. It was kind of a loop hit into right field, and it dropped just in front of Braxton Torres, who charged in quickly and dove but couldn't make the catch, so a precision spot on that ball prevented Torres from making the catch. Dr. McKay Frankham, dental care at reasonable rates for the whole family, 789-8910. Our broadcast today also brought to you in part by Jen's Life Photography, local photography, 801-289-6161. If you're looking for senior portraits, she'll get them done and do it right. Capture the moment with Jen's Life Photography, 801-289-6161. She's a local photographer in Evanston, 801-289-6161. All right, some final numbers for you. Cedar was led by Teague Speakman's 2-for-4 day. He got two runs scored and 3 RBIs as well. A 3-run home run in the first gave him those 3 RBIs. And then Brecken Campbell. Brecken went 3-for-3, had 3 singles, an RBI, or 2 RBIs and 1 run scored in the game. Outlaws, top to bottom stats. Reed Gross goes 1-for-4 with 2 runs scored. Connor Peterson 0-for-4, scored a run. Jagger Mitchell 0-for-4. A rare 0-for day for Jagger. He went 0-for in all 3 games today. Gus Allred 2-for-3 with a run and an RBI. Ryan Fisher 2-for-3 with a run scored. Clayton Moyles 0-for-3. Brandon Thompson goes 0-for-2. Casey Pearman 1-for-3 with a run scored. Hank Allred 0-for-2, and Derek McDonald 0-for-1. Colby White earns the win. Ryan Fisher takes the loss. Went 6 innings, allowed 9 hits, 10 runs, 9 of those earned, struck out 3, walked 4. Colby White earns the win. 5 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 5 hits, 5 runs. 1 of those was earned is all. Walked 5, struck out 4, and hit 2. That'll do it for this weekend. The Outlaws will next be in action Wednesday for a conference doubleheader at Rock Springs. That's this coming Wednesday, July 15th. Game 1 slated for 5, Game 2 at 7:30. And I believe Jake Hibbard will have the call for those games next Wednesday at Rock Springs. So that'll be our next Outlaws broadcast here on K9 and My Local Radio. I want to thank Alyssa McDaniel being ready to go on the spot tonight for these 3 games as well, the 2 earlier today, and then tonight's game in the championship of this Cedar Summer Showdown. Until next time, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Ryan Steineckert. Go Outlaws.
You've been tuned into Evanston Outlaw Baseball on the Big Dog 99.1 KNYN with live video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's broadcast has been brought to you by these supporting businesses and individuals: Auto Farm Chevrolet, First Bank of Evanston, Dr. McKay Franken, Rocky Mountain Yeti, Arrowhead Dental, Plains Tire, the Come On In of Casper, The Littlest Wood Shop, Evanston Recreation Center, the Legal Tender Restaurant in Best Western Dunmar Inn, West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Uinta County School District No. 1, Ellingford Brothers, Bear River Dental of Evanston and Black's Fork Dental of Mountain View, Trona Valley Federal Credit Union, Mountain West Business Solutions, Wyoming Dental Specialties, Cash Honda Yamaha, and by Dr. Todd Hoover Chiropractic. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of mylocalradio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Old West Media. Our executive producer is Val Cook. We want to thank Office Manager Kayleen Anderson, our Sales Manager Julie Burley, along with Evanston's Elin Olive and Bridge Valley's Jake Hibbard, Rich County's Ryan Steineckert, and Production Assistant Alyssa McDaniel. But the biggest thanks of all is to our sponsors and to you for tuning in. We invite you to visit mylocalradio.com for archived games and like My Local Radio on Facebook to stay up to date with the game broadcasts. Thank you for joining us on this presentation of Evanston Outlaws Baseball on KNYN 99.1 FM and online at mylocalradio.com.